Hello, everyone. This is Hamza here, Hamzat Abdulmuiz. We're walking you through how to self-host Classroom IO on Railway. So the first step is come to classroomio.com. Then in navigation, you should see self-host and documentation. So click on this. So what this does is going to take you to the Classroom IO official documentation, and then you scroll down. You see the self-hosting section. Then you click on Railway. I'm going to bring this back. Then in this section, you notice some of the instructions here, but that's really not much of our concern. All you have to do is just click on deploy on railway, and the next thing for us to do is click on this deploy now. Yeah, so in this, what it takes us to is where we are going to have our initial configuration for the deployments. Okay, not sure why it took that long. But yeah, so the what we have to do here is configure our environment variables, because configuring them one after the other while recording might take a while. So I'm just going to pause this and resume. So here I'm done imputing all the information. So let me just walk you through what everything looks like. So Redis does not need anything to be configured here. Most of it is done by default. So right now, what this represents is that it's references something. So railway underscore private underscore domain. So this is the domain that's generated by railway automatically. So this is done after our initial deployment. We'll come back to that. So we've checked Redis, so see our dashboard. There's not much to configure here. I don't have a reason to use a public app title since it's not required. So in this place also we have various information that are being refreshed. Public is self-hosted. Yeah, definitely it is self-hosted. So you click on save. DB, there's nothing to check here. You can still glance through it just to be sure. So you see there's nothing to check. Everything is already pre-configured. So same for CIO jobs. So in the CIO jobs, what you have to do is ensure that you have this SMTP from Resend. So Resend gives us this information as well as the SMTP password. Then check here for other configurations if there's any. So this is also reference. So what is it doing is referencing the subdomain that's given to us. Yeah, so just click on save. That's jobs menu. The menu is responsible for our file storage, so this also has to be configured. Impute this, impute this. This is referencing really public domain. Then the DB Studio, this is just referencing the database itself. That's db.data database URL. Then the final part, this is the CIO API. So you can see the same information that we have in the jobs, SMTP, password. Then this section here, when you click on the pre-configured variables, you notice you need to add the beta out to create official server private server key, you understand? Then click on save, and finally you click on deploy. So what this does is it's going to spin everything up in a moment, so you can see what's happening now. It's already queuing, deploying, queuing, deploying, queuing, deploying. So let me hide this so you can have a proper look. You can see now that our database is online, menu is completed, this is online, this is online. So yeah, let's wait for these guys to work. So with the current setup, there is going to be an error. That's normal. Just giving you an heads up in case yours is done building. So what happens is that on initial deployments, the railway domain generated domain that I told you about is not generated unless you come to the CRO dashboard. So let's wait for it to crash. Nice. So just as I predicted, the CIO API eventually crashed, and the reason for its crash is in the CIO dashboard. So ideally, Better Alt needs the domain to be able to like configure it properly. So Better Alt is the one is the one making the CIO API to crash. So to fix that, what we have to do is come to the CIO dashboard, navigate to the settings, and in this networking section, click on the generate domain. So what this does is the domain is generated for us. Then we are going to close this. So as that is generated, because they are referencing each other, what we have to do is just come here. Is it restarted? Hold on, let me click on redeploy. So redeploy. This will take a while. And click on this also. We are going to redeploy. So yeah. So that's coming up. While that's coming up, let's come back here and okay, is it online yet? I don't think so, but in a moment it should be online. This is 11 seconds, so I'm just going to pause the video to avoid making it long. So nice, this is online, and I do not expect anything to crash again. So what we are going to do next to access the self-hosted version is to click on this link, which is going to open a new tab. So let's wait for it to load. And voila, this is it. So since it's self-hosted, the first sign up on the server is referred to as the owner. So I'm not going to use this email. I'm going to use nice. So I'm going to create the account. Don't have to save this. Create my organization. So I can say Abdullah Yemikon and Hamza, plus why not? Click on this, continue. Then after this step, you should become an organization owner. Interesting. So this organization now belongs to you. You understand me? So what that means is that the other people that come in to sign up with the organization are going to become a student. Yeah. So that's it. If you have any question, don't forget to ask in the comments or wherever it is you are watching this video. And yeah, wishing you best of luck using CIO. Bye. See you on the next one.